A car started in the mid 19th century as a subcompact hatchback with a 1.2-liter engine gained quick popularity among most of the car enthusiasts out there, as well as most of the teenagers till this date, as an iconic JDM classic. Now, 45 years later, and this is exactly what 10 generations of absolute heritage really looks like.
If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness.
Picture July 1972, and that's when Honda truly gave birth to one of the most iconic JDM classics there is among enthusiasts and teenagers out there. Started off as a subcompact hatchback with a 1.2-liter engine, and when we look back over the years, it truly had one of the most insane transitions. From its transition towards a hatchback, now that features a sedan and a wagon version. And when we fast forward over to the third and fourth generation, we find that it truly got back the VTEC Type R engine. And what we have here is a 2018 Honda Civic ZX CVT variant. Civic, known to be a shitbox fart can among most of the car enthusiasts that features halogen lights that probably just did the job, now gets a truly beautiful transition with these piercing looking headlamps that feature DRLs and follow me home lights, which are combined with this wide and glossy black grille that brings out the more futuristic look. And when we look at the fog lamps combined with the headlamps for illumination, it truly brings out the high quality visibility for you when you go throughout your journey. Now, taking a look at the sign, we truly find a generational transition between the old and the new Civic, while the shitty old boxy design is now accompanied with a sleek coupe-like silhouette that features a fastback design with a shark fin and a panoramic sunroof. Now, this being a sedan gets all these executive chrome accents from the window bordering all the way to the door handles with these 17-inch alloy wheels that look absolutely effortlessly beautiful. Now, the Civic, being a more sporty hatchback, still retained its statement, as Honda has clearly tried to retain all of its statements when it comes to this athletic looking stance of the rear, where it features these C-shaped taillights that wrap around the rear. And when we come down, we see that the rear diffuser extremely makes the sophistication between executive and sporty with its chrome accents. And fun fact, this isn't exactly a normal Civic, as it gets a Valvetonic exhaust. Now, what is a Valvetonic exhaust? Well, it's pretty simple. It basically opens the valves whenever you let it for airflow of the engine. Also, it creates a more grunty 4-cylinder sound, of course, with the engine noise, which isn't exactly beautiful, as it's very annoying in the traffic. Now, the Civic isn't a Civic without its legendary iVTEC engine. So this 1.8-liter inline-4 iVTEC single overhead camshaft engine puts out 140 horsepower and 170 Nm of torque. Now, all of this is handled by a 7-speed automatic CVT transmission that is not only available in cars but also in your scooters. Now, this transmission is fitted and used by paddle shifters in the car. Well, the Civic, known to be a fast hatchback but not exactly fast when it comes to its VTEC not kicking in, well, this, however, isn't that quick, although the Civic Type R, being an iconic JDM, creating an amazing track record in the Nürburgring. Although this, known for its reliability and affordability, that's the best you can get with this performance. But it isn't exactly underwhelming, where the 0 to 60 isn't exactly very fast, as it feels a little sluggish. But that's only when it's 0 to 60, as when it comes to the range of 80 to 100, that's when the VTEC kicks in and you definitely feel like you're sitting in a turbocharged car. Although this is naturally aspirated, you definitely get a lot of aggression when it comes to the sports mode. And although this is a front wheel drive, you expect it to definitely have certain amount of understeer, although it really doesn't, and it feels rather planted because of its MacPherson strut at the front and the multi-link coil suspension at the back.
Moving on to the interior, it's pretty basic, but it is what a real tuner car would require. It gets leather upholstered seats, and the driver sits a bit low, which gives you a very sporty feeling while driving. The driver's seat is 8-way electronically adjustable, while the passenger seat is 6-way manually adjustable. The rear seats offer good amount of knee room and headroom, which almost matches the comfort level of an executive sedan. Steering provides a very hands-on feedback, considering it comes with paddle shifters that enhances the way you can shift into gears. The steering mounted controls are really responsive and do not lag with the interface of the infotainment system. The infotainment system is again pretty basic, but it does not lack anywhere whatsoever. It gets Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, which works in sync with a 6-speaker audio system. Here are a few things that the owner thinks could be better in the car. The first point, there is a lot of plastic that could be replaced with better quality materials. For example, the wooden veneers inside are not actually made of wood, but rather something that seems like plastic or fiberglass. There are very few charging ports and storage compartments in the car. The parking brake light indicator is set so low that it's barely visible by the driver when he sits.
Now, the Civic, launched in the mid-1970s, was a perfect JDM classic you could expect from Honda, as it was absolute witchcraft with its 180 horsepower, now downsized to 140 horsepower. It is by far the most perfect car you could expect, with an ex-showroom price of 21 lakhs ex-showroom. Although, to sum it up, this is definitely the perfect JDM classic to retain the heritage of Honda.